Now to Chairman of the Democratic House Caucus, Congressman Joe Crowley of New York, to respond to Senate Republican leadership right there. You heard Mitch McConnell say, Congressman Crowley, you heard Mitch McConnell say that he never once turned down a meeting with President Obama. Obviously, it's a little different. President Obama wasn't tweeting about Republican leadership and saying that there's no deal to be done. But let's move that to the side. Do you think it's a good idea for the leadership in your party not to show up to this meeting to try and hammer out a deal to keep the government open?
Well, as you said, Katie, the president indicated himself he's not interested in making a deal with Chuck or Nancy. And also at the same time tweeting that maybe we should have a government shutdown. Maybe that'd be a good thing. I don't see how that's a good thing for anyone. I don't think it's good for the American people. It's not good for the process. It's not good for Congress. And that's why I think Nancy and Chuck and Senator Schumer and Leader Pelosi have indicated their willingness to talk to their Republican colleagues and strike a deal in the bargain with them in terms of keeping this government open. I think that's where it's moving now.
Last time they met with the president, they got what they wanted. I mean, he can tweet stuff in the morning. We all know how he works, though. He often agrees with the last person he sees, and he has a rapport in person with Chuck and Nancy, as he likes to call them. Why would they not try to go in and I don't know, convince the president, manipulate the situation, do whatever they do to get him back on their side like he was a couple months ago?
I think the president, quite frankly, felt burdened from the last meeting or the meeting they had 3 months ago. I think that's unfortunate. I think it was progress. And what I think it really says, Katie, is you can never take this man at his word. Whether it comes to the Dreamers and his wanting to find a solution for the Dreamers, whether it comes to Chip and wanting to find a solution for that issue, whether it is to really, I think, dig down deep and work in a bipartisan way. The president is rejecting that right now. And I think what Leader Pelosi is suggesting, what Chuck Schumer is suggesting, is that they're going to work with their Republican colleagues in the House and the Senate to try to forge a bipartisan agreement. And then it'll be up to the president to accept or reject that.
Are Democrats willing to shut down the government over DACA?
Democrats are willing to work to secure the future of the 800,000 plus individuals who are dreamers who are in the DACA program. Democrats are working to ensure the extension of the CHIP program that will provide health insurance for children throughout our country, almost 10 million children throughout our country. Democrats are going to work towards keeping government open, and we think we can walk and chew gum at the same time. These are all legitimate and good issues that need to be addressed, and we stand ready to work with our Republican colleagues, and hopefully the president will agree with whatever the Democrats do.
That's not quite what I asked. Are you willing to shut down the government over it? I mean, GOP Congressman Curbelo said he's willing to shut down the government over it. This is a Republican.
This is a critical issue for Democrats, and I think for some Republicans as well. We believe that we can find common ground here as it pertains to the Dreamers and the DACA recipients. Their lives are incredibly important to the Democratic caucus, and their future is important as well. We pledge to continue to work to keep them here in the United States as productive individuals for our country.
Congressman Joe Crowley of New York, thanks for sticking with us throughout this hour.
You,
I know
Katie.
it's been back and forth. Appreciate your time.